one more time in the third round. The wacky third round. Boy, this has been a friggin' roller coaster of a third round here. This is a quiet night. Kept spending the whole, second round, assuming the Vikings were going to trade up, constantly watching, see Banner said trade involving the Vikings. It never happened. Then they take a quarterback, and then they take a linebacker, and then they get the guard that we all wanted way after we ever thought we could get him.
And DJ, that was really a must. Joel, I feel that way because.
And so now this is the last one of the night.
You talk about Randall Cobb, you talk about Kiki Cutie, right? You talk about Brandon Cooks. So to get a plus-size receiver there,
and the pick is in.
Chris Conley's the only guy
what could it be? I have no idea.
He's one of those guys who walks by and you're like, wow. I mean, he's very big, he's very full out, and still run full.
Could be a pass rusher. I think there's some really good value picks for pass rushers left here. And somebody walking up. It looks like someone's walking up. Let's see what happens.
You just tell the truth, Joe. Just be you, man. David Culley, longtime receiver coach, just gets Nico Collins in Houston. Latest pick for the Vikings, who seem to be picking every 5 seconds. Here we go.
With the 90th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Patrick Jones, defensive end, Pittsburgh.
And Patrick Jones can really rush the quarterback. They had 2 edge rushers there at Pittsburgh. He's the first one off the board. Did not test that well. Had a little bit of a hamstring. Did not run very fast. But he's a good football player when you study him. He's got that first step quickness and just has a knack as a rusher coming off the edge. Somebody that when you talk to the folks at the school, not only does he have that production that you see there, they love him as a person. They were going to their season was going to be over. The players had left. He was one of them. They ended up getting a game at the last minute. He came back. They did not expect him to come back. He was already a couple days into his training, but he wanted to be there with his guys and finish it up.
Well, I mean, in 4th, 3rd round selections for the Vikings, a little bit of everything. Quarterback, Kellen Mond of Texas A&M, then Chaz Sherrod, linebacker out of North Carolina, and then Wyatt Davis, the lineman out of the Ohio State defensive end.
Well, there you go. There's your pass rusher. There's your pass rusher project for Zimmer. Not fair to expect him to be, Hunter level, but I mean, we've hit on a lot of these mid-round pass rushers over the years. So, what a weird round. Like if you said we're drafting that if we were actually going to take all 4 picks, we were going to go pass rusher, guard, linebacker, quarterback. I don't think that would have been necessarily that big a surprise. I don't think anyone would have thought it would have been in the opposite order. We went with the quarterback first. So, hey, we've kind of got what we want. Like, we've got, time will tell, and it may take a long time to tell on the Mond pick, but, we've gotten 2 starters now in this draft already. I mean, we're not going to get a 3rd starter, but we've gotten 2 starters on the offensive line. Like, Darrisaw and Davis should start week 1.
With the 91st in the 2021 NFL Draft,
we'll see on Jones. Look, I trust Zimmer when it comes to defensive players. Like this is the guy who was here when we drafted Danielle Hunter and Eric Kendricks. So I trust him, and I don't know that Jones will start right away. I mean that seems unlikely, but they want to do rotation stuff, but it's a good project guy for Zimmer to work with, and you always go back. Danielle Hunter barely got a sack in college, and people were like, "Why the hell did they draft him?" And look at him now. Look at her now. Look at her now. So that's it for day 2 picks. I guess it's a very unlikely possibility that they've got some 4th rounders. I highly doubt they're going to trade up into the 3rd to draft somebody now. But so I don't even know how many picks we got left from them, like 6 or something like that. So man, boy, if not for that Mon pick, this would be just a fucking ace draft, and it might still be an ace draft. I mean, you know, but yeah. Other than the Mon pick, I love everything they've done because they've drafted need picks. You know, they didn't go receiver. Some people thought they would have a real need for receiver. I don't quite buy that, and they'll probably take a receiver tomorrow. But so that's it for day 2 of. Boy, that was that. As like a single round goes, that might be the weirdest round in Vikings draft history. But I feel very good about. The Davis pick and the Sherratt pick. I feel pretty good about the Jones pick just because it's the kind of guy that Zimmer can mold into a force. Mond, we'll see. You know, very much a project, but we'll see how that goes. But so, if you want a grade on it, I mean, they got an A for last night. Tonight, I still got to give them at least a B, just because, you know, it's like you have a really good plate of food in front of you, but one part of the meal, it just, you know, it doesn't sit right with you, but the rest of it's really good. That's kind of how I am with this 3rd round.